Hello there and welcome back to Building with the Boys. It's our weekly catch-up. We haven't had a load to do this week because it's just that weird kind of off week, bizarrely. All of our builds kind of turn up at the same time. But we did have the Routemaster turn up this week. So, in a very weird move from Agora, they messaged us to tell us that we're receiving a double delivery. So we're getting Pack 5 and Pack 6, which is great. That's like 20 parts of Routemaster to build. However, they only gave us instructions for part 5, which is a bit weird. Now, they have said they're uploading the instructions for part 6 next week. Okay. Now, they said that this was to speed up the manufacturing process. How does that work? I don't get it. Now, they have fallen behind, only a little bit, but each delivery from when I first signed up to this, now this was supposed to launch in, I believe, October, and I got my first one in November, so they're already behind because I signed up, I pre-ordered, I was, day one. So they have fallen behind. Now, each time, and then at Christmas they were about 10 days late, then a week late. So they've fallen behind by a full month. So I assumed the reason why they were sending out 2 was to sort of bridge that gap, so we all kind of end at the same date as originally planned. But that's not what they're doing. Because they're not sending out Pack 7 next month. They're not sending out Pack 7 until originally it had been planned to be sent out. So, a bit weird. So, they've not billed us for Pack 6. Pack 6 is going to be billed as normal next month. Then we get nothing. And then a month later, Pack 7 gets billed, then we get Pack 7. So, where's the speed up exactly? So, reading between the lines, what I'm assuming is, what Agora are actually saying is, we'd like to free up some warehouse space. And this is what they've done it, which is fine. I mean, it is what it is. So I've got Pack 6 to build. I've built Pack 5, and it was colossal. That will be on the channel. If it isn't on there already, that will be coming up very soon. And it's massive. So we've gone from just a rolling chassis to pretty much the lower deck. I mean, the lower deck's not complete because we've still got to put the stairs on, and there is the extension piece that comes off the back of the chassis. But it's huge. It's gone from literally a bare chassis to massive very quickly, and this thing really is flying up. And it's gorgeous. I really enjoy building the Routemaster. If you're building Routemaster, Hachette, who were the original ones that ran this, are getting rid of their old stock, and they have a 50% off offer on their website. So if you go to Hachette between now and the end of this month, so you go to the 31st of March, you can get 50% off copies of the Routemaster. So if you're after spare parts for yours, or you've got a part where you're thinking, I'd like to have a backup for future, I'd get it now, because it means you can get them for essentially £4.50 a pack. I mean, that's not bad at all. What I did was I bought the driver for the Routemaster because I've heard that he's a bit of a nightmare to get into the cab once you've built the cab. So I thought, I'll jump ahead, I'll get the driver now and build the cab around him, and it's worked out fine for me. So that's what I did. The driver looks suspiciously like Blakey from On the Buses. Bit weird, that. But I've got him, because that's the only one I really want to take advantage of, so I grabbed one of those. Now, with the figures, Agora have said that they are going to offer the figures as an additional extra, similar to what they did with the plasma rifle for the Terminator. It didn't come with it as standard if you bought it from Agora, but you could buy the plasma rifle for the Terminator. Similar thing. So they will be available. Now, not everyone wants them, so I kind of like the way Agora have done it, because I know, viewing videos of other YouTubers that built this on its first run, some weren't happy with the figures. They didn't want them. So it would be a week waiting for a delivery, and then what they get is a figure they got no build. And I get that. That would annoy the hell out of me. If I was building this weekly and one of the packs turned up and it was just a static figure, I'd be annoyed, because you want to build, So I get it. But that's the Routemaster. Something new to the channel this week as well was the Hachette Classic Marvel collection of books that Oscar, my son, who is of the boys of Building with the Boys, has decided he'd like to collect. And I'm all for it, because it is a lovely collection. I've looked at the books that are in there. And there's some great ones. Now, I know Hachette have done this before. I think their last run of Marvel books, they claimed was going to be a 60-issue run, and it ran for, I think, 220 issues. So I'm expecting them to keep extending this, but we will play it by ear, because The 100 that they've got advised at the moment that give in this collection are one every 2 weeks. So based on that, it's going to take about 4 years to collect all 100. My son's 11, 12 this year. By the time this collection finishes, he'll be 16. I would imagine at 16, he will have other things on his mind than reading Marvel. Because we fall in, we fall out with it, we fall back. And that's kind of what I'm expecting. So if it finishes after 4 years, I'm fine with that. So I'm committed to the 100, but I'm not, I'm certainly not going to keep going. So we'll see what they do. But they're really lovely books. I mean, this is the thing. As a comic collector myself, what I can tell you is those books are value for money. I mean, they're not going to be, don't buy them thinking they're going to be worth money, because they're not. They're a mass-produced trade paperback. If you want something to be worth money, you need the original comics. That's the way it is. And predicting which one's going to be big and which one isn't really isn't simple. I mean, a lot of people think that it's issue ones. It isn't. That just is not the narrative. I mean, there are exceptions to that rule, but typically the comics are worth money. No one knows. I mean, it's normally random numbers. You could buy issue ones, but I mean, I could give you 1,000 issue ones that are worth 50p each. You know, I just could. But then bizarrely, you'll have ones in that run that are worth a fortune, because it'll be the first appearance of a character who doesn't appear until like issue 57, or it'll be an important story that you know doesn't appear until 3 years into the run. So it's not that linear. It's not as simple as what issue one is worth money, the rest aren't. So if you want, if you buy into it as an investment, then no, probably don't buy these books, because they're reprints. That's what they are. So they're never worth money. It's a lovely collection. The collection will be worth what the collection's worth, but it won't. I can't see this going through the roof in value, because I'll just rerun it again. But as a collection, as a library of these books, I think is fantastic, because they're great stories. And with Marvel as popular as it is at the moment, I can completely get into the fact that somebody might look at it and think, I'd love to read the comics, but I don't know where to start. This is a great starting point, because it will give you the important stories. And in the back of each of these books, it says for further reading, so it will point to other books in that collection that you will be getting. You know, so you can get more of an idea of the story. But gorgeous things there really are, and they are $11.99 each. So the first one is a Spider-Man one, which it was New Ways to Die, and you get it for $1.99. Just pick that one up. You know, it's even if you slightly like Marvel, if you can get a Spider-Man hardback for $1.99, get a Spider-Man hardback for $1.99. But yeah, lovely books, gorgeous books. And I've got to deal with the kid. We've not subscribed to it. We're buying it from the shops. So I've got to deal with the kid where he won't get the next one until he's read the last one. I'm not buying these to look pretty on a shelf. He needs to read them. So if he's not enjoying reading them, we won't be buying it anymore. It really is that simple. There was nothing for me in the subscription that warranted a subscription. The gifts weren't particularly spectacular. I think it was a pin badge, a mug, plenty of mugs, some bookends, and the bookends didn't look spectacular. So it was a pass from me. And then the premium offer, the money's just not there. So if you do subscribe this, my advice would be do not go for the premium offer, because the premium books is 10 additional books, an extra, I think, £1 per issue, which means you're paying about 30 quid for each of the premium books. They're not worth it. The money's not there for them. Just isn't. Because I know those stories, I know those books, and I know you can pick them up for a tenner from Amazon. So it's just not there. The other ones definitely, but the premium, I just can't see the premium sub being worth it. Excuse me. So my advice would be, if you are going to sub, just go for the standard sub. Just go for the standard sub. The premium's just not worth it. It isn't. Speaking of weird premium gifts, brings me to new model news. So Hachette have started a new trial. Now, this has been trialed somewhere else. As far as I'm aware, this hasn't become a full run anywhere. So this isn't currently running in France or Italy or anywhere, but I know it's been trialed there, but now they are trialing it in the UK. And it is the tumbler from the Dark Knight trilogy. And here are some pictures of the tumbler. Take a look, see what you think. So that's the tumbler. Now, it is a very pretty model, but things you need to know about the tumbler. Right, firstly, this is a trial, right? Just like the Alien was a trial, and we'll come to that in a bit as well. This is a trial. So it might have a website. It might be telling you this is what you're going to be getting. If you sign up to that trial, you're going to get nothing. Okay? Nothing, because it's a trial. Unless you see this somewhere in the UK, this is being trialed in a very small area. Where, I don't know, because I've not seen those appear online yet. Typically, someone, you know, shouts out, look what I found. But I don't know where it is. So somewhere in the UK at the moment, in a handful of stores, this is being trialed. Then they run this website where you can sign up to it. Sign up to it, right? Even if you're not planning on doing this one, sign up to it for two reasons. One, it helps the people that do want to do it generate interest in it. And the other thing is you'll get a free gift. At the end, they'll send you a free gift. Once the trial's complete, they will send you a free gift. Thank you for your interest. The trial's complete. Here's a free gift, which they've just done with Alien. So with Alien, which was a trial, a lot of people thought it wasn't. It was. That's just completed. So I got the email this week stating, thank you for your interest. The trial's complete now. We don't know if we're going to be going forward to the full build or not. We'll let you know when we do. Here's a free gift. So they send us a Terminator keyring. Bit weird, because it was an Alien build, but they're sending us a Terminator keyring. Nice little thing. The kids will like it. Cost me nothing. And it's helped people that might want to build the Alien. Do the same thing. So what I'll do is I'll put the link to the beta site for the tumbler build in the description. Link to it. Register your interest. Sign up for the subscription. You're going to get charged nothing, I promise you. You can. There's an option where you can win a 50 quid Amazon voucher. Fill out a questionnaire. They'll give you a bit more information about it. Once they send you a free gift, just cancel the sub. Cancel the sub, because this thing's not going to launch for way over a year, right? We're at least a year away from seeing a tumbler appear in the stores or them sending it out to you. But you can register your interest now, and if you do that, it stands a much greater chance of actually becoming a full run. I'm not going to be building the tumbler, I can tell you that now, and the reason why I'm not going to build the tumbler is I just don't like it. I've never liked the tumbler. I've always hated it. As Batmobiles go, it is very close to the bottom for me. The worst Batmobile for me was that thing he was driving in Batman vs Superman. What even was that? I mean, it looked like a Jeep. It was just the weirdest. It sucked. But I hated the tumbler. I can't stand it. For me, it just wasn't what a Batmobile should be. I know modern interpretations of the Batmobile is that it's a tank. And it's like, well, it's not a tank. The whole point of Batman was kind of stealth. That was kind of the point. So even the 66 Batmobile might look a little bit camp by today's standards. But it was black, it was slick, it was fast. That's what it was. And then the 89 Batmobile again. Jet black, stealthy, smart. They went a bit nuts in Batman Forever, where they started covering it in neon and had the giant fin. But again, I kind of get it. The Batman and Robin one. Okay. It was alright, but I mean, again, someone just got a really good deal on neon lights and ran with it. And then the tumbler comes along, and it's like, well, that literally is a tank. I mean, that's a tank without tank treads. So I don't like it. I mean, this is the thing. It's I know there are people that have a massive love for the Nolan trilogy, and it can do no wrong. So they're going to adore this. And absolutely, it's a beautiful model. Don't get me wrong. I mean, as a model goes, this thing's gorgeous. I mean, those wheels on it are lovely. But personally, for me, it's not my Batmobile. And I've kind of said this with the 66 as well, that Eagle Moss are releasing this summer. It's just not my Batmobile. I really like it, and it is a classic. It is, and I'm not going to deny that. I think the model is gorgeous. It is a classic, but I would be building it for the sake of building it, because I don't have that connection to it. For me, it's the 89 Batmobile. If they release the 89 Batmobile, I would be on it in a heartbeat. Day one, straight in, yes, because that's my era. That's my Batmobile. So the 89 Batmobile in a heartbeat. The Dark Knight Batmobile, I just don't like it. It's just not for me. I don't. It's not for me. Won't be doing it. Now, the reason why I mentioned weird premium subs earlier is because this comes with hands down the weirdest premium sub I've ever seen. If you sub premium for this, you don't get a display case, which is kind of the norm, and you don't get a diorama or anything like that. What you get is 10 tin posters. So it's an extra £1 per issue. So they're currently advertising that at £10.99 per issue, which is kind of the price rise I think a lot of us are expecting. But you can sub for an extra £1, which is £11.99 per issue, and they will send you 10 tin posters at random. Now they've shown images of 2 to begin with, but it would be 10 tin posters of Batman. What a weird premium sub. Do you want 10 tin posters of Batman? Have you got room for 10 tin posters of Batman? And also, they're not going to tell you what they are. So you might have a particular style of Batman that's yours. You might be all about, Bronze Age Batman, Silver Age Batman, Modern Age Batman, video game Batman, movie Batman. Maybe it'll be all of them, maybe it'll be none of them. But you won't know. Because I'm not going to tell you. So you'll just get, at random, you'll get a tin poster sent to you. Weird. I mean, I filled their survey out and I brought it up and I said to them, I just find this a very bizarre subscription gift. And Eagle Moss do something similar. Eagle Moss ask you if you'd like to receive premium issues. And yeah, if the premium issue is something for the model, definitely. Now, with the Ecto 1, Eagle Moss premiums were the Proton packs were a premium. So yeah, I want Proton packs, so I'll sub to that. Every one since has been garbage. So it's been, here's some pin badges, Daunty pin badges. Here is an art print for £40. Don't want it. If it's not something for the model, I ain't interested. I'm just not. It would have to be something fairly spectacular. I'm just not interested. But they will just try and send you out random graphic novels and things like that. And it's like, no, don't just try and palm off any old tat as well, this is part of your model subscription. No, not really. Not really. If it's something that helps or aids the model, then I'd be interested. If it ain't, I'm not. And that's the epitome of this with these tin signs. I just find that weird. But there is, as it stands, as far as I can see, there is no display case with this thing. Don't get one. So it's going to be a dust magnet, jet black. Going to attract dust like there's no tomorrow. But you get no case. And I said that to him. I said you include a case as the premium, or diorama pieces. That'd be cool, right? Have a backdrop for it that looks like the Batcave, something like that. Even small diorama pieces that could go around it when displaying it. Anything is better than nothing, is it not? And I just think tin posters, 10 tin posters. You need a lot of wall for that. It just struck me as very bizarre. But that's new on the market. Another one that is new to our market, it's not new anywhere else, is and I'm probably going to say this wrong because again this isn't my era, is the Power Rangers Megazord, I believe it's called. Has been running in France for a while now. I've heard rumblings that that's coming here in the fourth quarter of this year. So I think October, November is being launched over here. Now again, Power Rangers, not my era. It is, but it isn't. I was, I think, 15 or 16 years old when Power Rangers sort of landed big in the UK. So I was too old for it. It was something I was aware that was on, and then when it sort of reached its peak, I'd be watching it with a hangover on a Saturday morning, along with Johnny Bravo, not really knowing what was going on. So I don't have that love for it. It's like Pokemon. I missed Pokemon. I was too old for Pokemon. I just missed it. It was just coming in as I was moving away from that stuff. So yeah, Power Rangers, it's a nice build, and it will be available. I mean, it's huge. It's a massive, great big thing. But again, similar to Optimus Prime, the Optimus Prime trial that happened in France at the moment is coming to its end. It doesn't transform. It's just a static model of Prime from the movies. And this is the same, this Megazord. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm just not of that generation. The Megazord doesn't come apart. I believe it was 6 robots that built up one robot. This doesn't do that. This is just it in its kind of built state. So if you're a Power Rangers fan, that is coming. But it's not one I'll be doing. And again, I mean, it's kind of like the Batmobile. I had a conversation with somebody today, this morning, funnily enough, about which Batmobile to do. I love the 66 Batmobile, but it's just not my. I think it's too much of a commitment from me for me to build it. I would be building it for the sake of building it. We are coming to the end of Ecto 1. which is also due to arrive this week. So Ecto 1 I'm due to get, and it's just the gurney on this one. So we won't be working on the car, which will be on the gurney goes in the back that holds the proton packs. I'm coming to the end of Ecto 1, and it's what I replace it with, because I'm going to replace it with something, and I just don't know. At this point, I just don't know what I'm going to replace it with, because there's so many on the market at the moment, and I can't decide. I am tempted to do the Knight Rider over at Fan Home, because that looks like a fairly gorgeous build right now, and I haven't heard anybody really griping about the quality or how bad it is, or so I'm tempted by the Knight Rider, and that is definitely my era. 80s is a bit of me. But I don't know whether or not to hold out for something else, because there is so many on trial at the moment that could turn up that I kind of want to do. I don't know if just hold out until I see the one that, yeah, that's what I want. Because I know the kids want to build the Hogwarts Express, which we're over a year ago now that trialed, and it's just in a licensing kind of nightmare. It's just dead in the water. It's not moving forwards at all, really. They still keep saying it's coming, but who knows? And I think realistically, if it is, we're not going to see that until January of next year. I can't see it being this year. I mean, it might. They might surprise us and all of a sudden, boom, there it is. But I question how many Hachette are going to run, because Hachette are trialing that many now that I don't know, unless they're seriously expanding their business. I mean, they are, obviously, some of the Hachette builds are coming to an end. So, like, the Spitfire's coming to an end. Routemaster is being phased out on this site. But they've got Titanic and the Disney Dolls House running at the moment. They've still got Spitfire going, but that is coming to an end. But then if you look at the Batman models being trialled, there's going to be Hachette. The Tumbler is going to be Hachette. The Alien would be Hachette. The Hogwarts Express would be Hachette. It's like, that's a lot of models to be going in one go. So I don't know. I don't know when these are going to be released. But yeah, a lot of exciting stuff. We have got a lot coming up next week. So I've had a lot of shipping notifications. I've had Titanic 7 and 8 are coming, and we're going to be building engine parts and parts of the forecastles. Some of the railing and things like that for the forecastle are coming. We have got the final leg pack of Iron Man. I'm so glad to be done with those legs. We have got issues 7 to 10 of the Disney Dolls House. So that will be coming along quite nicely now, because we'll start building the walls and laying the floor on it and actually having some structure. So that's a good thing. Ecto 1, which I mentioned as well, has been shipped. I've got pack 6 of the Routemaster to build as well. So a load is coming over the next week. So yeah, some really good stuff. Disney, I'm loving the Disney build. I just love it. It's very different to all the other builds that I do. Completely different, and I think that's important as well. Variety is the spice of life, right? So I think it's good to have some variety, and it's just a different style of modelling. It really is. It's modelling, but it's just a completely different style of modelling. So a lot of what we're doing are we're wallpapering, and we're building walls, and we're laying floor, and we build little pieces of furniture, and it's just very chill. It's very zen. It's got a really nice community going on for it, and I think modification wise, there's a lot that can be done. I'm building it stock. I've mentioned this before on my channel, but I've got very grand ideas of what I plan to do to it. Whether or not I can make it do it is another question. But there's a lot I want to do. So my plan is, I mean, I don't mind telling you, my plan is to add effects to it. So I'm going to add music. I want sequential music and lighting. So I want each room to light individually on almost a sequence. I want to add music to it, and I want to add effects to it. So each of the room, I've got a planned effect I would like to happen for each of the rooms. And I'm going to do it. How long it's going to take me to do, I don't know, but that's the plan. But at the moment, no, I'm just building it stock on the channel, because it is one that there's a lot of novices have come to Disney Dolls House, and anything I can do to help, I think, is important, because again, much like the comic community, there's a lot of people that like to be part of it, but are worried that, you know, it's too intimidating. There's too much history there, and how do I start? Where do I begin? You know, and I think sometimes us that are rooted in the comic community don't make it easy for newcomers to it, when we should. You know, anybody who wants to embrace the the passion should. And it's kind of the same models. There are some great people out there that are fantastic for newcomers. They really are. But at the same time, I mean, that, you know, you can get to a level you're like, well, I don't want to deal with that, I want to do this, I want to do this, and that's fine. But I think it's nice to help people that are new to something and just say to them, look, you can do this is great, and then once you're in, you can help someone else and you pay it forwards, you know, which is, it's a beautiful thing. Anyway, that's about all I've got time for this week. So we will be back very shortly with Pack 5. If Pack 5 of the Routemaster isn't already up, it will be. We have Book 3 of the Marvel collection from Hachette, which is Loki, Agent of Asgard. That'll be a good one. And we have all the other packs I said were coming up. So again, thank you for all of your support so far. I try and get back to you all in the comments where I can. I will have links to everything I've mentioned in this description. If you have any questions, you can email us at buildingwiththeboys@outlook.com or pop it in the comments and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. If you've been enjoying it, remember to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Costs you nothing, helps our channel massively, and is always very much appreciated. And that's all from me. So in a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice, and we'll see you next time.